Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your instant match reaction. He is in your head. Nunez with two spectacular free kicks as Town beat QPR 4-1. We want your likes, your comments, your subscribe. For all your Town news, views, fan opinion and more, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to go one further, support the platform, hit the join button, $4.99, get access to the Discord, a load of other different videos when I make them, little caveat, and our merch store is on the way, and members, both Ko-Fi and YouTube, will get early access, possibly as early as this evening. One of the designs I am sporting here. There are many more to look forward to, but that second half was something to look forward to. Oh, and we are partnered with Match Bingo and Stowmarket Osteopaths, but more on them later on. What a second half to savour. Lots of good Town opinions coming in. Do keep them coming. There's a link in the chat if you want to join us, or leave your voice message at our speakpipe.com/talking town, where you can sing He's in Your Head down the line to me, to your heart's content, and I'll play it on the show tomorrow. But I want to kick things off. Coxie, Town have won, 3 points on the road. What's your instant thoughts this afternoon?
Well, the thought says, hooray, we finally have the away win. We spoke off camera before we started there. Yeah, definitely a game of two halves. We took an early lead, and well done to Hirsty. He's had his knockers, for a few around from thing, and he went this, took the early goal, and he's got 2 goals today. Absolutely fantastic. Hopefully we have a bit of a blueprint, a bit of a mold there to model our future away performances on that. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And as I said, and perhaps we can get the people in the comments. I can't remember the last time we had a decent free kick taker. Nunez took both of them free kicks bloody well today, and I said Jimmy won. I don't know, probably some of the other statos out there probably think of another one who's a bit more recent to our.
When you said Jimmy won to me before we went live, I got such a kick out of it. What a throwback name! What a player he was. But yes, it's nice to score 2 free kicks. Lee Anderson with He's in Your Head. Gavin said we all said Hirst needs up his game. He delivered. Well done, Hirst. He might be. Yeah. Makes a difference having someone in the 10 who can pass the ball. What a great win, says Shane. We've got some great comments. Chris McTaggart, great win. Good to see her score. Good to see Nunez score a brace. Steve, before we get into the individual performances, how did you see it? What's your instant reaction? 5:15. Town have won 4-0. Give it to us.
I'll be honest, I thought we were better set throughout. I think we were a bit lax in the first half. I think we conceded another sloppy goal where everybody's sticking their hands up, hoping it's offside. Well, run with the player. If he's offside, he's offside. But if he's not, at least you're there. Second half, it just showed we were a better side. We just controlled it and everything we played. And when we're clinical, we can beat anyone. And today we were clinical. We were finding the right passes. There were some good crosses coming in. And the 2 free kicks, well, I said on the pre-match, at the end of the day, when you've got a player like Nunez who can strike a set piece, on these tight games, a 0-0 can be a 1-0. A 1-1 can be a 2-1. Or when you're behind, you can come back to get a point. These sorts of things are so crucial. We keep talking about set pieces are important. Now we've got someone who can deliver.
Absolutely. Kev says, so glad for George and Nunez. Double away at the ground. Never seen us win at. Great second half. Makes up for Charlton. Craig, it's been a bad day for the Connor Chaplin stakes because obviously every time we play normally, Connor Chaplin gets better and better and better. It is now almost Maradona levels of Connor Chaplin, but it's taken a hit today, boys, because Craig said, so those of you still thinking Chaplin's coming back, no, he ain't. We've moved on, and we've got Nunez. Coxie, Mike said how good it was to have someone in the 10 who can pass the ball. Craig here saying we've moved on. His name is Nunez. How good for you, if it was Nunez's performances away from the free kicks, but also tell us about those free kicks as well. How good for you was Nunez today, Coxie?
Well, he's absolutely brilliant. I mean, the topic of conversation on here and other podcasts, the Town podcasts, have been, who should play that, that 10 role. I think Nunez has really answered that today. Really, the 2 free kicks away. He said his passing is now he can do a forward pass. Probably better than some of the others. Schmodics and Akpon, but yeah, absolutely. And the free kicks. I mean, absolutely sublime, especially the first one. I mean, the second one got a slight deflection, but we'll take it. But the first one was pretty unsavable, really. It's sort of, it was nice height for the keeper, but lovely free kick. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was the first one. Particularly, I've seen it posted online. Absolutely spectacular. I love George Hirst's reaction to it as well.
Yeah.
It was a special moment, and it was good to see Town start both halves really quickly, because the opening goal came inside 2 minutes. Steve Egley beating his man to the byline. Great little cross into the box. George Hirst right on the right spot, right time, gets Town off and running. And we spoke about George Hirst before the show, and you said he wasn't going to be a striker that got you 20 goals. No striker in McKenna's system would. But he got one. He got one after 2 minutes today. How good was his performance for you in terms of George Hirst? Tell us about him.
Well, he did what he needed to do. At the end of the day, we have wingers that don't. If you look at Egley, you look at Philogene, and you look at Clark, they're all players who cut inside and have a shot. And Nunez is a bit like that. There was a time where Nunez had the ball and he hit it from 35 yards. The pass was to George Hirst, who was in front of him running towards goal. And he just took a shot. As a striker, if you're not getting that pass, there's nothing you can do about it. And for weeks, he's not been getting any service. Today, Egley cut down the line instead of cutting in. Brilliant skill, brilliant pace, found the perfect cross, and he cut inside for the header. And same with Darnell Furlong. Chipped it to the back post. He steps off his man, and he's Johnny on the spot. That's what he does at the end of the day. But to do that, you're going to have to put crosses in. And these were a big side, and he could still get the headers in. So I think if we want George to score more goals, we can have the shots, we can have the long shots and the curlers, but we're going to have to put the ball in the box.
Absolutely. There's 3 things I want you to do at home. 1, subscribe for all your Town news, views, fan opinion and more. There's more fan opinion coming tomorrow. Voice message us if you don't want to come on the show. There's a link to join us live right now to have your say on your football club after a 4-1 win. But if you're sitting at home, feet up, or on a train, wherever you might be, and you think, I don't want to do that, leave us a voice message. Link is in the description, and it's also running along the screen. We'll play the best ones. No, wait, scrap that. We'll play anyone's. Well, actually, scrap that. Not anyone's, obviously, because I don't know what ones I might get. We'll play the ones we can play on tomorrow's show at 5 p.m. You never know after a London away day what you might get. Coxie, Steve, Mike here says it was great wing play by Egley. Egley, again, took another step forward after really coming on against West Brom. Another step forward today, I felt. How is his performance for you this afternoon?
He's very much, he is a young player. He's now taken his first steps into English football. So there's a lot of hype around him. There's, even talk the other day, he's broken some of, I can't remember his name from Man City, the striker, the tall guy. What's his name? Haaland, thank you. Yeah, he's sort of broken some of them goals. Yeah, so he's slowly coming on. Yeah, I think he's still very much a work in progress. But the cross for Hirst, and Hirst did not disappoint. He put it away. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and for you, Steve, because obviously we spoke a little bit about Egley on the pre-game show. Another step forward for you.
It is, yeah. I do believe it'll be similar to Omari Hutchinson. First half of the season, you'll see there's raw bits about him. He'll probably come more into his own when he's more used to it in the second half of the season. But he's starting showing it now.
Yeah,
he's coming out with crossfield balls that are just pinged from nowhere. He's coming out with lovely little crosses when, it's hard to put a cross in, but he puts it in. And he's cutting inside, and he's prepared to have a go. His all-round game is good. We just need to give him that time. Instead of saying, let's drop him and play Clark there because they both scored goals. No, that sort of creativity, you need as well. And he's given us that creativity. He doesn't, people can sit there and say, he's not scoring many, he's not doing this. He's doing what he's doing well. And let's just let him do that and let him grow into the position.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to play the police siren right now because we have got in the chat, right? We have got, here it is. Somebody better call the cops because we have got Nigel Dorr with the word gelled. Nigel, take yourself offline. He says we have played like a gelled team for most of it. Gelled. We don't like the word gelled around here. They think gelled is my hair.
I'm not going that far just yet.
No.
It's a positive step, but I'm not going that far.
No,
definitely. I concur.
Yeah. Are you not one for gel, Coxie?
Strangely enough, no.
Oh. Sometimes the best ones are the open ones. Right, Mike Baker. Hirst is a decent player, but never consistent. But I'm happy for the big man, though. I'm only joking, Nigel. We love the word gel. Bring it to the party anytime you want. Bjorn, voice message time. I know Bjorn will leave me one. Definite step forward and nutmeg from Egley. Scandinavian splendor. Quite a big word. That is a big, big word. All right, Jaden. Jack Clark, Jaden. Lots of talk on the Discord throughout the game, particularly from Robert. Big up, Robert. He wants to see Jack Clark. He wants to desperately try and find a way to get Jack Clark into the side. But how did you see Jaden's performance this afternoon, Stephen? Did you enjoy it? I thought you had a couple of moments where, the right opportunity could have been a bit of magic for him again.
To be fair, I don't think the left worked anywhere today. It wasn't very effective. Even Leif Davis wasn't very effective. Even Taylor popped like we did against West Brom when the ball went in and went out. It wasn't really effective. I think QPR closed it down very well. Jaden had a couple of attempts and there was a couple, he probably should have scored with the second one, which skied over the bar, but at the end of the day, I don't see this Clark and Village. You can't squeeze them in. They both play well on the left. Yeah. Because they both played on the right and Egley's been better than both of them. To be honest, I'd say McAtee's probably been better than both. They've both been quiet on the right, so I just don't see if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah, if one's out of form, start him on the left, and have the other one as a substitute. If the other one's playing well, start him and have the others as a substitute. Jack Clark's perfectly fine as a substitute. He's been asked the question. I always think that if things aren't broken, don't fix. We've got enough problems to fix. We don't need to start breaking things and fixing more.
Lee Anderson, both open play goals came from the right. That's really good to see. Lots of talk also on the Discord through the game, Cox, in regards to it almost appeared to be a tactic of QPR this afternoon. The Discord was saying to play the ball in behind. How did you see O'Shea and Kipre? Did that partnership take another step forward for you? Was there issues at times? Talk to me about the pair of them. How did they play as that centre half pairing this afternoon?
I think on the whole of the game, yes, it's still. That pairing is coming together. There was, I remember a mistake by O'Shea. Like Arnie got and then Kipre give her a silly free kick away, which fortunately came to nothing. So, yeah, as with Egley, there's still work in progress for me. But yeah, definitely probably the best centre back pairing we've got at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We've got Jez coming up, who's clicked the link. He'll be joining us shortly. I'll be asking you both for your man of the matches. I want your man of the match. Go on, Steve. Go on.
I do want to say one thing about the centre-backs. They have to be applauded because that was one physical team. They were kicking the hell out of everybody. What was his name? Was it Cornet? He must have took people out about 4 or 5 times and didn't get a single yellow. That was a physical side and they still stood up to it. So I have to give them credit, though.
Okay. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Upper Town with a great comment, and don't forget, I want your man of the matches in the chat. So put your man of the matches down, and join us tomorrow for a more in-depth look at this game, 5 p.m. Where we'll be breaking it down. Another chance to have your say with a live link. But Upper Town heard the Super Kieran McKenna chant make a potentially premature return, but who was at the back and who was in attack? No idea. I'm sure somebody will let us know in the chat. But time out. Don't forget, we are partnered with Match Bingo. Match Bingo combines the excitement of live sport with the thrill of bingo. Your card has 15 random events from a live football match, and you watch them get marked off as the game unfolds. You must be 18 or over. Terms and conditions do apply. And now you can get a 100% deposit bonus for using the word town all in caps. Deposit minimum is £10, and while it's bonus cash and can't be withdrawn, the winnings can be. So get a 100% deposit bonus by using the word town all in caps, and combine the excitement of live sport with the thrill of bingo. Terms and conditions apply. Over 18s only. Please, whatever you do, gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org for more information. Links in our description, or scan the QR code on the screen to play now. Nunez, man of the match, says Chris McTaggart. Trevor says Moore did roast Wolfie last night. Yes, that was an interesting one. I'm sure we'll cover that at some point as well. Perhaps not on this one. Shabby, I hope I'm wrong, although I'm not there with O'Shea as captain. Shabby is still yet to buy the Dara O'Shea captaincy stakes. I'm all in on Dara. I like Dara as a player. Good centre half. I like him as a captain. I might be in the minority with that, but I do. All right, Jez, we're going to bring you in now for your thoughts on your football team. Welcome in, Jez. It's a pleasure to see you. It's been a long time. How are you?
Yes, it's been too long.
Too long is the word. Exactly. How are you? You well?
Getting there.
Good. I see you wearing the shirt. Town delivered all 3 points for you. What are your thoughts this afternoon?
Well, I didn't go to the game. I was listening on Sky Sports. And I thought, when we went 1-0 up, I thought, great. Then went 1-1. I thought, oh dear. And then second half, we're just a class above the rest.
Yeah. What made us a class above the rest for you? What separated us against QPR today?
Well, getting the balls to the front men, the strike pairing of George Hirst and Nunez.
Taylor was man of the match for me. Says the Nash man gives it everything. O'Shea needs to work on his passing. Jez, I know you didn't watch the game. You heard it on Sky Sports. But if you had to give a man of the match before I let you go, who was man of the match?
It would be either Hirst or Nunez. If you pushed me, I'll go Nunez.
Excellent. Jez, a pleasure. Look after yourself. All right. You take care.
Yes.
Good to see you. There was
Yes,
Jez.
yes.
Just clicking the link. All right, man of the match time. Let's have it. Before we do, Stowmarket Osteopaths, 1985. That's how long they've been delivering quality care in osteopath and physiotherapy services. Give them a call. 01449613633. Tell them the Gov, as Talking Town, has sent you. Coxie, your man of the match is?
Okay. Honourable mentions to the two goal scorers, Hirst and Nunez, but I've been sort of swayed in the comments there. I have to agree. Has he been the difference to sort of turn the last? And I mean, we're obviously we're only on a 2-game winning run, but yeah, Taylor again is my man of the match. He was in the middle. I think he's, we all love Jens Knus, but Taylor's in there being the grittiness you need in the Championship, and I think he's supplied that today. So Taylor is my man of the match.
I've got to start getting a train whistle, because every time Taylor's mentioned, it's got to be the old all aboard the bandwagon, all aboard. I didn't think it was his best game today. I will say that. I was pushing for a Jack Taylor substitution at about 65, 70 minutes in the Discord. Guilty. Didn't get off the bandwagon. All right. Don't have it said I got off the bandwagon at any point. I just released the reins a little bit. It was a self-drive bandwagon this afternoon. All right. Steve, who was your man of the match?
Well, it was Taylor last week. I'm not going to go Taylor this week because I think he wasn't as good this week. He was functional without being fabulous. Last week he was fabulous. This week he was functional. I'm going to go what I said at the beginning. It was either going to be Nunez or Egeli. Yeah. So I'll have to go on Nunez because I'm sorry. He did what he needed to do. He was put in a position that people were going, can he play that role? Is he any good? He come in, put in a performance like that. And for me, he starts the next game, 100%. We need him in there for these set pieces because that could be so crucial. That could be 5-10 goals in a season, and we need him in there.
Absolutely. Shane says, Gov is loving Taylor playing so well. Shabby says, when Taylor stays away from yellow cards, he's a diamond. And Marvin says, you need one more Shura Taylor around all that talent. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. We're back live tomorrow, 5 p.m. My man of the match this afternoon was the 5 tennis balls, which is only one more than the goals we scored this afternoon. 5 out of 28, 25,000. Never mind.
What a protest.
Always next. Always.
Just think of the dogs who have got no tennis balls now to play with.
I had to laugh when I realised.
There's always a downside, Beep. There's always a downside.
I know. I had to laugh though when I realised that Nunez was two away from equaling the tennis balls doing Stowmarket Road. I had to laugh. Come on, Nunez, get 2 more free kicks because that would just be a picture. But he didn't do it. Anyway, back tomorrow live 5 p.m. Thank you for joining us on a wonderful win. Enjoy your Saturday afternoon and evening. The beer will taste better. The water will taste sweeter. The food will taste magnificent. Whatever you have and wherever you having it, including round the in-laws. But until tomorrow, 5 p.m. I have been the Gov. Stephen, Coxey, thanks for joining us. Take care. God bless. All the best. Leave us a voice message. You've reached the end. Thank you so much for watching. Hit here to subscribe. It's totally free. And hit here for more Talking Town videos. I'll see you on the next one.